Afternoon, folks. I'm moseying on along the road here, stuck in traffic. I'm pretty sure that's a song somewhere down the line. Something about stuck in traffic, yada yada yada. Anyway, you probably know what I'm talking about. What about this weather today? This year has been some of the craziest weather I think I've ever seen. 80-mile-an-hour winds, 25 below zero wind chill. I mean, it's just been one thing right after the other. Today's no exception. It was 37, I think, this morning when I got out of bed, and when I left for work, it was still 37. And it got up to, I think, 47. Then we went to one of the schools here to talk to one of our custodians about some things that we were checking on for him. Let him know about a delivery that we've got coming for him tomorrow. Make sure he was going to be there to sign for it and whatnot. And we probably wasn't there, well, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes at the most. And he wanted to show us something outside that he wanted had some questions for us about, so we walked outside with him as we were leaving, and it felt like the temperature had dropped 10 degrees that just in that short amount of time. I mean, we got back in our service truck, we turned the heater on. And then we went and met with another individual about a sign that they're wanting to put up on the grounds. Went and done something else after that, and then come back to the shop, and by then it was time for lunch. So we took our lunch break and went back to work, and heck, it was up almost 60 degrees and the sun was out, cleared off. Crazy. I don't ever, I'm 52 years old, be 53, and I don't remember weather being like this. I mean, we always have a few little cold snaps. We got blackberry winter, dogwood winter, and there's another one thrown in there, blackberry, dogwood, Indian winter maybe, or something there like that. I know there's like 3 cold snaps right before it warms up real good. But I was watching a video yesterday of a guy that I follow. He's a rancher, lives in Idaho, and honestly, I don't remember I know I follow him, but I don't remember if it was on Instagram, I was watching him TikTok, or YouTube. I honestly don't remember. But he was talking about how harsh this winter had been on the wildlife. And he actually had a video of a cow elk laying in his pasture beside one of his gates. And he said, I do not raise elk. He said, I'm a cattle rancher. He said, this is probably a 2.5, maybe a 3-year-old cow elk. Said she is not tame. Said she's just laying here because she's dehydrated, almost froze to death, starved to death. He said, we have got, at this point in time, and it was snowing while he was making a video. I can't remember his name, or I would mention it in the comments, but he said right now at this point, he said we have still got 4 foot of snow on the floor of the valley, and it's still coming down with no end in sight. He was talking about how hard the winter had been on the wildlife, and how the Department of Fish and Wildlife doesn't want you feeding the wildlife, which they never do. And he said that, he's a rancher, an avid hunter, and outdoorsman. He said, and I know what they're saying. He said, because you start that, they become dependent on you to feed them. They quit foraging, looking for their own way to make it, and they start depending on humans. That's what happens a lot of times with bears and other wildlife. They become dependent on us to feed them. Hint, hint. Maybe welfare recipients thrown in there. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. He gave the elk, and I mean, she was in bad shape during that video. I mean, the poor thing barely could raise her head up, and she was laying curled up in the snow. He never said what the temperature was or anything, but it looked like it was cold. And I felt bad for the elk. And he said, I know I'm not supposed to. He said, but he said, I can't stand to see these animals suffer. So he said he didn't do it on video, mind you, because he could probably get in trouble with the Department of Fish and Wildlife if he did. But he did admit that he gave her a couple flakes of hay just to get her through, kind of get her strength to build up. But yeah, he said it's really been really hard on the wildlife in the mountain ranges out west because of all the snow they got. And I saw another video today of a gentleman that I follow on TikTok, and he was in Michigan, and it was a live video. He was filming it right then and right there, and it was about, and I'm not sure what their time zone is. I don't know if they're on the same time zone that we're on or not, but I watched this video at about 2 o'clock today. Had a little downtime, just flipping through the phone, yada yada yada, between going from one school to the next, whatever. And I mean, there's some big old snowflakes falling in Michigan today. You know, so like I said, this weather this year has been crazy, and it's not supposed to get any warmer than it is right now. The rest of the week, it's supposed to start raining, I think, tomorrow evening or into Thursday morning. It's supposed to rain right through the weekend. It's supposed to be cold and bitter. I think we've done had our dogwood trees have bloomed, so I'm thinking this is what they call the dogwood winter. All right, now there should be one more after that, because blackberries will be blooming. That'll be blackberry winter. And I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correct, there's a third little cold snap after blackberry winter that I want to say they call it Indian summer. I never understood why they called it Indian summer, but I think that's what it's called. But anyway, you know, it's my just observation, daily observations, lifetime observations, whatnot. I guess because I've gotten older, I pay a little bit more attention to these things. You know, some people, the conspiracy theorists out there, are swearing right up and down that you know, the government's controlling our weather through this HAARP program. I don't really remember what HAARP stands for, but I know it has something to do with using acoustic sound waves to manipulate objects or whatnot. Anyway, I don't know if I believe that or not, as far as the government controlling the weather, but I do know they do cloud seeding and whatnot in dry, arid areas. But it just seems like this year a whole lot of things have been happening, more so than usual, with train derailments, prices being sky high, crazy weather, chemical plants, recycling plants catching on fire, blowing up, food processing plants. A lot of them have caught on fire and burnt to the ground this year. A couple dairies, cows mysteriously being found in the field, just dropped dead for no reason. So, you know, I mean, I guess it is what it is. Anyway, that's my daily observation video as of today. As always, stay safe. God bless.